This is Judge Joe Brown, and we're listening to We All Be News. News-free Dixie for the 21st century.
God bless.
Hey, good morning, Papa Gregory. How you doing?
Hey, I'm sorry I missed you this morning.
Good. I just wanted to, I wanted to get your comments. I know you've been busy and people been calling you and people been calling me about your thoughts about what happened this past weekend, if you have any time.
And what, in France?
Yes, sir.
Didn't happen, man. That's bullshit.
Okay.
I mean, do you realize not one, people come from all over the world to go to Paris.
Yes,
Not
sir.
one of the tourist attractions got hit.
Wow.
You ain't seen one body, and you ain't seen no blood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, the soccer game, Friday, do you know they never stopped playing soccer? Did you know they finished the game?
No, sir. I didn't know that.
And you know the motherfucker now they saying the ringleader, but you know they caught him an hour after the shit went down and let him go?
Wow.
Okay? And so, here's the soccer. Soccer is the king of sports all over the world.
Yes, sir.
That was one of the biggest games of the year, France and Germany.
Yes, sir.
So they had engineers coming in there 2 months ahead of time, setting that shit up because it's going out to 1 billion plus people. So they got cameras everywhere, okay? They got to test them and make sure the blah, blah, blah. You mean they didn't see, you didn't see one picture come out of that? Of the shooting? With all them cameras there? Okay?
Wow. Yes, sir.
Then they killed 4 people there. 80,000 people. They killed 4. Okay? Now you go to the what am I trying to say? You go now to the club.
Okay.
15,000 people. They kill 150 people. Something's wrong with that picture.
Yes, sir.
Then they go to some Thai restaurant. You know, a motherfucker go to Paris to eat something other than French food. And that's what this shit's about, man.
That makes sense. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And one of the bombers, the suicide bombers, you see they found his passport?
Yes, sir.
Now think about it. This motherfucker blows himself up, his passport and his documents. I said, I want to have that motherfucker wrapped in. I'm going to get me a suit made out of that shit. You know? It's a game. It's a fucking game, man.
Yeah, it makes sense what you're saying because they didn't blow up the Eiffel Tower or the Louvre or any of those places. It's crazy.
Hey, man, not one cop was killed.
Yes, sir.
Not one fucking cop was killed.
Yes, sir.
I mean, think of that shit, man.
It's crazy. I mean, also in Lebanon, Beirut, what about that? What went on with that? Because I know a lot of people saying, they had some explosions there as well, and nobody really talking about it.
Yeah, no, they're no talking about it because they got the big show. The big show. And now they say they eat that shit up, man. Most folks will be in the see shit. Now, how did our show go over?
I mean, it's incredible. I'm getting all this feedback. I got people calling me all over, text messages. You know why I want me to ask you about this? Because people really received what you had to say.
As what?
They really received what you had to say about the stuff you was talking about. It really hit home with people, especially with the boycott and the Million Man March situation. And also, let me ask you about the Russian jetliner that went down in October. They saying now there was a bomb.
All of them the same. All of them in the shit. Here's what they fixing to do, man. There's billions of Muslims on the planet.
Okay.
The average age is 17. Yo.
Yes, sir.
So they sit down and they said, God, that's so young. All the way around the world, the average age is 17.
Yes, sir.
So how many babies will they produce in a year, in 10 years, in 100 years, in 1,000 years? And them motherfuckers sit and say, my God, be swallowed up. So now they got to make everybody hate them so they can drop them bombs on their ass and wipe them out. That's what this shit's about.
Yes, sir.
That's what this shit's about.
Wow.
And so all they got to do now is blow up like some richest hospital on the planet. Blow up the Congress.
Yes, sir.
And then the shit is there. That's what the shit's about. They got to find a way to stop Islam.
Because you said, I know you told me back in December that ISIS was not it was a creation of the CIA. So really, ISIS is not really Islam, right? Would that be correct to say?
No, ISIS. Listen. Do the homework, and you'll see ISIS was in the jail in Iraq, and they were trained by General Petraeus. Okay?
Okay.
And his job while he was in jail, he was the religious leader. All of them, he's the one that led the prayers every day. Now, the one thing you do when you're in the military, they teach you that if somebody overrun your line, get the fuck out of there, but blow up your shit first. These motherfuckers got shit, the tags are still on them. Okay? That's what this shit's about, man.
Wow. Let me ask you, General Petraeus, so you said he was their religious leader. He's not a Muslim, right? Or he's not, he just...
No. I said when they had ISIS leader in jail.
Oh, the ISIS leader in jail. Okay, I got you. Yes, sir.
That's where they trained them. Everybody thought that was just, that's where they trained them. We got trillions of dollars worth of satellites out there. You mean you can't see a motherfucker trained in an army?
Wow. So yes, sir. Remind me of like when we trained Bin Laden and them back in the 80s against the Russians in Afghanistan. So we still train like how we trained Bin Laden in the 80s. You know, we supplied them with the weapons against the Russians in Afghanistan. So we train all our terrorists. So really, terrorism is always an inside job. That's what
they work for us. You know, they work for us.
Wow. And also, I want to ask you about the Charlie Sheen thing with him saying that he had been HIV positive for 4 years.
Look, he ain't doing no more than all the rest of them ignorant motherfuckers doing in Hollywood. Huh? So what makes this so different?
Yes, sir.
You hear what I'm saying?
I'm hearing what you're saying.
All of them had them fuck parties. All of them go to that shit. And all at once now they're going to rebuild it back up. Charlie Sheen. Well, what about these other motherfuckers?
Right. Yes, sir.
So all the shit is, but you know, the shit's fixing to come down now. They say this country might not make it another month. That's how bad it is. Yeah, and did you see the shit at Missouri State?
Yeah, I want to ask you about that too. Yeah, go ahead.
You see who his daddy is, right?
Who is his daddy?
An executive with Missouri Pacific Railroad.
Wow.
So you know who's the number one stockholder in that?
George Soros?
Warren Buffett.
Oh, Warren Buffett. Oh, Warren Buffett.
Huh?
Wow.
Okay. Warren Buffett.
So what means, so is the Mizzou thing like a setup? Like, is it not legit?
No, it's not legit. That's the boy's daddy is a very close business partner with George Soros. Black Lives Matter. Nothing but a motherfucking trick.
So you said, okay, let me get this right. His daddy works is connected with Warren Buffett as far as his job.
No. He's an executive for the Missouri Pacific Railroad, which Buffett owns the majority stock.
I got you. Okay. But then you also said that he's a friend of George Soros?
Soros, yeah.
Okay, that's the Black Lives Matter guy. That's what the guy, because they're having a big meeting in D.C. right now about funding different Black Lives Matter organizations. I know you hip to that this week from Tuesday to Saturday. The so-called DA, the big the Democrat fund, raise the people.
Yeah.
So is that tricky? You look at the Black Lives Matter movement being funded by these organizations. Is that a tricky situation? Or about people like
why wouldn't it be? Who give a fuck about Black Lives Matter? You know, if they say Jewish lives matter, wouldn't nobody say all lives matter? Huh?
Wow.
That's what this shit is about.
Wow.
But it's been a bad week for cops, haven't it?
That's hell, man. I'm interested to see what you're going to say about your friend Quentin Tarantino and all the stuff he's been taking from the police. But speaking out.
Ain't take that. Are you serious, man? The billions of dollars and them motherfuckers working for below minimum wage? Shit, are you serious?
I just want to get your perspective because you got a unique insight into it.
That's the problem of being white in America. No nigga would say that. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right? That's the problem of being free. We've never been free because we opt for education over liberation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he told them to go fuck themselves. You know? And one of the largest segments of his audience is cops. They love all that violence, man. Yeah, they love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, I see the Europeans, they sticking up for him like they had bid a lot for the distribution for his next movie coming out. So like the European folks said, they don't see no problem with it. They're going to make a lot of money off of it.
Man, ain't nobody going to, come on, man. You buy into that bullshit with some ignorant-ass cops? Oh, nobody going to boycott his movies here. The motherfuckers that boycott wasn't going to look at him in the first place. You know?
Yes, sir.
You know, that ain't nothing but a bunch of bullshit, man. Shit, the money he makes on his movies, and that group, and this one, they say this is a remake of another one, not that he did.
Right.
I guess what is it? Samuel Jackson starring in this one.
Yes, Samuel Jackson, Kurt Russell, and some other folks.
Yeah, it comes out when, next week or what?
It's coming out, I think, December 25th on Christmas. I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So by that time, nobody ain't gonna remember what they doing right now.
Nobody care about no motherfucker. Let me tell you something, man.
God
bless.
Hey, Baba Greg, how you doing?
Damn it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good. Yep.
Yes, how you doing? This is Brother Ron from We All Be. Yeah, I know your phone will ring out the hook. I just wanted to get your thoughts about what happened yesterday. If they got a little
nobody knows.
That it was two.
Nobody knows.
Combination, perhaps. What are they looking for now? They're going to be looking at a whole host of things. Who are they in contact with?
It's so crazy. I mean, you do that, and then they catch you 2 blocks from where it happened?
Yes, sir.
You know.
Let me ask you about this as well. I think it was strange that the news been covering that for hours. Like, you had a helicopter. Why did the helicopter just follow the cops up the street and cover with a shootout? Like you said, where's the blood? Where's the gut? And why is it was 3 gunmen, but now they're saying there's a woman and a man. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Hold on 1 minute. Dead.
No one's got their minds made up because the people...
Woman and a man, dead.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's go back to Chicago.
Yes, sir.
He shot how many times, little boy?
16 times.
Did you watch it on TV?
Yes, sir. I saw the video of the shooting.
Okay, all right. So now he shot and he laying there, right?
Yes, sir.
How come none of the other cops did any shooting? How did one guy shoot 16 times and hit him every time, and you didn't see his body move on the ground?
Yes, sir.
You hear me?
I hear you.
You can't shoot a garbage can, man, and it don't move. So, was those pictures doctored up? Were they showing us something that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they got rid of the Burger King footage, and also some other places they had video footage as well too. They have not been shown.
Oh yeah, that's the Burger King. Yeah.
They deleted 86 minutes, I believe, of footage.
Yeah.
It would have showed the whole. And then also the dash cam was weird because they didn't show the cop on camera. Like they edited the dash cam. They edited the video, it seems, for the dash cam because they didn't show the cop on camera. You get like all those police cars with dash cams.
Yeah.
And they just showed this edited version. They waited a year to do it. So do you believe that Ron should step down, the mayor of Chicago, should he resign and be forced out?
So,
Oh, yeah, that's a stupid question to ask me.
I think
Shit, he should have been the first one to go.
time in
Just on his statement. You haven't seen the pictures?
Yes, sir.
the situation.
And they settled out of court for $5
They expel them out of these.
million, and the family hadn't even filed a suit.
Even though those people have their hands in the air.
Yes, he was running for re-election, and a lot of people think that if that came out last year like it should have, he would not have won.
Running. When you say running for re-election, you don't tell the whole story.
Yes, sir.
He was in a runoff.
Mm-hmm.
The election had already been held. He didn't get enough votes, so they had to, from a Mexican.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's altogether a different story. I mean, he wasn't running for re-election. He had already ran, and he had to have a runoff.
Yes, sir.
So then it gets nasty.
But you know a lot about Chicago politics. You know a lot about how they do things in Chicago. It's very different from everywhere in the country. It's totally different from everywhere. Nobody does business like Chicago. It's a gangster town.
Are you aware that, hold on one second.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware about the Blackstone Rangers, Jeff Ford?
Oh, yeah. I want you to tell us about that. Yes, sir. Tell us about the Jeff Ford, because tomorrow is Fred Hampton assassination anniversary. Chairman Fred Hampton Sr. And he was working with Jeff Ford, but the FBI came between them, from my understanding.
The what?
The FBI came between Jeff Ford and Fred Hampton, so they was trying to form a coalition.
No.
And they ended up, go ahead, tell me about it.
Jeff Ford and the Blackstone Rangers, two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Ford was a Black Panther.
Okay.
And he wasn't like the old Black Panthers.
Okay.
And when they called it a shootout, and in some kind of way, when they examined it, he was drugged, asleep. That's when
you mean Fred Hampton, not Jeff Ford, correct? So you trying to say Fred Hampton?
Fred Hampton.
Yes, sir. Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's when they called it a shoot-in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jeff Ford, he was invited to Nixon's inauguration. Did you know that?
Yes, I heard about it, so it's true. Okay. Mm.
Couldn't read, couldn't write.
Mm.
He had an invitation on the front row.
Mm-hmm.
So all that shit is bullshit. We had a tape. Bob Johnson, who was editor of Jet magazine.
Yes, sir.
At the University of Chicago, Dr. Beadle was the president. And he had a meeting, and some, good-doing white dude smuggled the tape out and gave it to Bob, who was editor of Jet magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And we listened to it. And Beadle said, at one time, 85% of the Nobel Prize winners, not the peace, Nobel, was on the faculty here.
Wow.
Largest amount of Asian students went to school here. We have none of that now.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the neighborhood change. Now, we can't move the University of Chicago out the neighborhood, so let's move the neighborhood out of here.
Yeah.
That's when they created the Blackstone Rangers.
Mm. Wow.
That's when they created the Blackstone Rangers.
So is that kind of like similar to the Bloods and the Crips out in L.A. too, where they created?
No. Okay. The Bloods and the Crips in L.A. that was created by the government. It was the same. They was to take the place of Hitler's brown shirts. Okay.
Wow. Yes, sir.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So consequently, now what happened is the Blackstone Rangers, Clement, something Clement, I'll get the name. Mm-hmm. One of the wealthiest cats of America. Had a big insurance company. They were supplying grant money to Jeff Ford now. also Charles Percy, who was he was the owner and the chairman of what's the camera that you could take pictures and they develop right when you pull them out?
Kodak, or is it Polaroid? Polaroid. Okay.
That was his company.
Oh wow.
Why are they paying money into that? I got all the stuff sitting on my desk now.
Yes, sir.
You know? And so when you stop and think about what that's about, and then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they start running guns. And what happened is that the government would let them know there's going to be a train wreck in Southern Illinois on such and such a day. Y'all be there. When the train wrecked, that's where they got the guns.
Wow. So this is Jeff Ford and the Peastone Rangers, correct?
Huh?
This is Jeff Ford and the Peastone Rangers, the Black Peastone Rangers you talking about? Okay.
And so now what they were talking about was, they said, like, we had submarines when I was in Iran. We had subs and boats, battleships that the Iranians had. Iran had under the Shah. That the Americans wouldn't get them for 15 or 20 years. And so they had guns. I don't know if you remember when the police and they were saying we being outgunned.
Right.
That means there was the weapons, they never heard of them before. So they go into the ghetto hospitals. The folks didn't know. And they said, look, here's what we need. We need you to let our military people come in, our surgeons. And we give you X amount of millions of dollars for the hospital. We'll raise everybody's pay. And we need the military people to start operating on these ghetto shots. That's for the next war. And they paid them to do that. And that's what was happening with all that shooting and shit. And so I got all that. I was the only one out in the street fighting them, man. And then I went out. And then they, on the, whatever. No, I got all the documents, man.
Yeah, I definitely want to do a show with you soon. Yes, sir.
And then also the thing over. If you saw the documents with the girl, the prosecutor lady over in
Chicago, the Alvarez. Oh, okay.
Baltimore.
Oh, Marilyn Mosby. I haven't seen her. Okay.
You know about her family?
I don't know that much about her. No, sir.
Her family, you know, they should come from a long line of cops. Her dad was a cop. His daddy was a cop. Her father, her two uncles was cops. Her mama was a cop. All of them got busted for shaking down drug dealers in Boston. You don't know about that?
No, sir. I'll look it up, though. Thank you for telling me about that.
Yeah. And man, run see the movie Spotlight about Boston Cardinal and the pedophile. Run see it, man.
Run see it? Okay, what about, have you seen Chirac yet? The Spike Lee movie? Have you seen that one?
No, I wasn't even planning on going seeing it till sometime later. That motherfucker ain't never done nothing but shit bullshit. Have you seen it?
I was planning on seeing this weekend, though, to check it out. Because I think it's so timely now because of all the stuff going on with Chicago, like how this come on. It's coming out on the anniversary of Fred Hampton.
Today, yeah, you know. So, see, one of my best friends, Adam Bourgeois, was the executive of the Fred Hampton settlement. So he's the one that dispensed the money out to the sons and all of that. Yeah, so no, that'd be real hip, man.